I'm Mark Twain. And today on this episode, we will be discussing important themes from my book, The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn. We will have bitter enemies discussing these issues on this stage today live on The Mark Twain Show. And now to introduce our first guests of the evening. First, Harney Shepherdson and Buck Grangerford. Please guys, come on in. And now, gentlemen, please tell the audience a little bit about yourselves.
Hi, my name is Harney Shepherdson. For some time now, there's been a feud between our families, the Grangerfords and the Shepherdsons, and I fueled the fire of the feud between our families when I ran away with one of the Grangerfords' daughters, mighty fine Sophia, and yeah, it's caused a lot of trouble between our families.
Well, my name is Buck Grangerford, and I'm 12 years old. I reckon that I want to kill this Shepherdson. He ran off with my sister, and if anyone's gonna run off with my sister, it's gonna be me. Can I borrow a chop tobacco?
So now, Buck Grangerford, I have a question for you, and I'm sure all this audience is wondering about. How come you and the Shepherdsons don't take a kind to one another? How come you got this this feud we've been hearing about? Please explain that for us.
Well, I don't really know, but my pa hates him. Now I know that I hate him too.
Oh, that's very interesting, Buck. Well, let's hear what the Shepherdsons have to say about this family feud. Harney, let's hear the Shepherdson side. Please do tell.
Well, I reckon that the Shepherdsons have hated the Grangerfords ever since, well, as early as when the Grangerfords started hating the Shepherdsons. We've always been having a feud with each other, and I reckon it will always go on as long as we live.
That's very interesting. Both the Shepherdsons and the Grangerfords alike, neither of you can think of a reason to hate one another.
No, sir.
And no one remembers how long the feud has been, but yet the feud still powers on, as it seems, forever. Very interesting. Now, let's look into this, and if you had the chance to kill one another, would you guys do this?
Well, I reckon I do have to kill him, because he's a Shepherdson, and I have to keep the Grangerford name proud.
Well, ain't it true that you were shooting from behind a bush instead of coming out on the road like a real man and taking a shot?
Yeah, well, you ran off with my sister.
Oh yeah, well you got a mighty fine sister.
Yeah, well you're a Shepherdson. Now I'll kill you.
We are Grangerford, and I better kill you first.
Whoa, guys, break it up. Take a seat. Let's talk this out. There is a relationship between Harney Shepherdson and Miss Sophia Grangerford, and I think that this relationship could actually help you two and your families unite and become one and stop this horrible feud. What do you guys have to say about that?
I'm fine with it as long as I get to be with my Miss Sophia.
And you, Buck Grangerford, what do you have to say?
Oh, I'll shoot you with my musket.
That's it, I can't take this no more. You've been bad talking my family this entire time. I've had enough. I can't be seen on national TV with a Grangerford.
What's a TV?
Looks like I'm all by myself now. I'd like to open it up at this time for any audience responses. You, how about you back there? Yeah, in the back.
Well, I think it's really interesting that those two families just can't get along. It seems like they would put their differences aside and make up. It almost seems like they have a false sense of pride. They think that courage is standing in the middle of the road and shooting at each other without cover. But real courage comes from saying this fight is wrong and that they should make up and put their differences aside.
You make a very good point. Thank you for your comment. We're going to take a short break now, and we'll be back with our next two guests after it. Now we're going to bring on our next guest, Huckleberry Finn. Come on.
Nice to meet you, Mark.
Nice to meet you. Now, Huck, could you please tell the audience a little bit about yourself?
Well, as you all know, I've been on quite a long adventure, and now I'm settled down at Aunt Sally's house.
Now, Huck, we have a surprise for you. So let's bring him on out.
It is me, Huckleberry Finn, the king.
Alright, please guys, take a seat. So, King, if you could please tell us a little bit about yourself, that'd be great.
Well, Mark, I'm the king. I've had an adventure with Huckleberry Finn here, and I'm a scammer.
Well, I sure do reckon you're a scammer. How could you have done all those things to those people?
What people?
Well, first off, you scammed all those people into believing you were a pirate and got all their money. Second off, you put on the royal nonsuch. And finally, I can't believe you scammed those girls out of their house.
Well, those people were pretty much asking for it. They were so gullible.
Well, that doesn't mean it's the right thing to do.
How do you know what the right thing to do is? You're just a little kid.
Well, Huck, can you please explain to us why you also had to lie and deceive people along your amazing journey?
Well, I lied so I could protect me and Jim. The king here just lied for profit, which I think is wrong. All you're doing is tricking nice, kind people, even though they're being very hospitable to you.
Well, I reckon I don't think about those things. All I think about is making more money.
Well, I feel those are some good closing words, so thank you for being on the show, gentlemen. I hope you had a nice day. In today's episode, we've looked at frauds, abuse of money, cowards, and pride? Thank you for watching today's episode. I hope that you have all enjoyed it on The Mark Twain Show.